We're here for you.
Hello and welcome everyone, and a happy Mother's Day to all of those brave enough to have children. We're happy you're sharing part of it with us. I'm Adam Cellini. Well, it was likely a stressful Mother's Day for those living down in Northport, where a massive wildfire continues to burn in Sarasota and DeSoto counties. Most roads, including the interstate and Price Boulevard, are now back open, but that fire has spread to 3,500 acres and is just 35% contained. ABC7's Erica Jackson joins us live from Northport, where luckily no homes have been damaged or evacuated, but there's still plenty of urgency among those crews, aren't there, Erica?
Good evening. The Florida Forestry Service tells us that it hasn't seen a fire this big in Sarasota County in almost 2 decades. And I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to go behind the camera and show you some of the remnants of this fire that are still lingering at the moment. I'm zooming in. If you can see, there's still some smoke back there, and it continues to, just to fly as the wind is brushing through. I was back in a wooded area earlier today, and there was some sparks and some fire flaring up, and I was told that that's because of the conditions and the wind at this point in the day. Officials with the Florida Forestry Service says last night's rain helped slow down the spread of the fire, but hasn't brought crews much closer to putting it out. The fire will likely smoke and smolder over the next few weeks, or until we get at least 2 inches of rain. And today, the large gusts of wind and the dry conditions are sparking some of those old flames and creating new challenges.
Yesterday's fire was 100% wind driven, and that's another issue we're running into today. Hopefully we don't have the flame links that we had yesterday, because that caused it to jump over fire lines.
And crews continue to arrive on scene today, some coming just 30 minutes ago from as far as South Carolina. And coming up tonight at 11, we'll hear from a woman who made the first 911 call to report the source of this fire. Reporting live in Northport, I'm Erica Jackson.
All right, Erica, thank you very much. And firefighters are praying for a little rain to help their efforts, but today they got the next best thing: hundreds of bottled waters, courtesy of Cub Scout Pack 157 and Lowe's of Northport. Those community members stepping up to help those keeping their homes and families safe during this crisis, and way to go, everybody involved. And now we're going to head over to Wendy Ross for a first look at that weather. And Wendy, happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you very much, Adam. We are looking at that cold front that brought us a little bit of respite yesterday, has now moved down to the southern part of the state and has moved offshore, as you can see. So here are the remnants of the showers left over the southern part of our state, while central Florida continues to be on the quiet side. And once again, we're not looking at any rainfall developing right here. What we are getting are some pop-up showers. We're seeing those mostly to our north, just a couple of showers over the central part of the state, but for the most part they're not going to produce the 2 inches of rainfall that's going to be necessary to help alleviate any of the real fire concerns that are out there. Right now we're going to continue to stay on the quiet side for the rest of this evening. Temperatures for the most part are in the 80s still, and even some 90s over the central part of the state. Go to the beach if you want to cool off and be comfortable. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. In Sarasota, another pedestrian has been hit by a car on Siesta Drive near that north bridge to Siesta Key. Just after midnight, Sarasota police shut down the road between Camino Real and Flores Avenue to investigate. Police say the pedestrian suffered injuries but could not elaborate on how severe. A black Ford pickup truck could be seen within the crime scene, and police say the driver in question was cooperative and spoke with officers on scene. The investigation is ongoing, and more information will be released as it becomes available. A follow-up now on Sarasota's 3rd annual seagrass survey. Back in April, we showed you Sarasota County scientists along with some citizen volunteers analyzing those seagrasses out in Sarasota Bay. They took photos and used a new app on their phones to identify the type of seagrass and where it was located. Well, now those results are in, showing the most common species of seagrasses right now are turtle grass, manatee grass, and shoal grass. And the majority of the bay only had a 30% of drift algae, which is good news since drift algae colonies can cause seagrass beds to die or prevent growth. Overall, seagrasses in Sarasota Bay have been expanding since 1990, and this year's report proves it is not slowing down so far in 2017. Bradenton drivers have one less stop sign to deal with. The intersection of 27th Street East and 38th Avenue East is now a fully active roundabout, part of the city's 44th Avenue East extension project. The new curve in the road is one of two roundabouts planned to boost traffic flow. Up next will be 30th Street East and 38th Avenue East, which is less than a quarter mile down the road. Well, some Suncoast mothers are resting a little easier this Mother's Day with help from the generous donations from a local nonprofit. Mothers Helping Mothers is a group that provides basic necessities such as clothing and baby items free of charge to families in need. Moms or dads in need can come in and shop at their location at North Washington Boulevard, and whatever they want is totally free.
It takes a village, you know, and in today's society, sometimes people don't have somebody, you know, through choices that are made in life or made for them. They are without resources and they're without people. And so it's really important for mothers and fathers to rally around those who might not have a support system. So that's really what we provide, is stuff as well as the love and support that they might not have.
Needing what you need here, like clothing, especially of a newborn, because it's expensive, and I think clothing, diapers, strollers, and car seat, I think it helps a lot.
So anyone who wants to do their part and help local mothers and their families can visit MHM Sarasota, and you can learn how you can volunteer or donate to their cause. Suncoast moms had plenty of options for their special day today. Powell Crosley Estates holding their Mother's Day tea party. Ladies dressing up with hats and gloves for high tea with mom, while Selby Gardens hosted Mother's Day brunch among the spring flowers in bloom. ABC's photographer Sammy Chido spoke to those who attended and asked what Mother's Day means to them.
Why did we come out today?
Because it's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day means family.
She means somebody that's always there for me.
What do I mean to you, sweetie pie?
Love.
Love? That's why we came, because we are celebrating love?
Yeah.
Why do you love me?
Because you're the best.
I have the best mother in the world, and just celebrating her, that's all.
She is an amazing mother, so we're obviously here for her.
Thank you. My mom, she means the world to me. My role model, my grandmother too.
She's been there for me for just about every big moment in my life, and you know, she's getting older, so I wanted to show her I appreciate her.
It's a tradition to come to Selby Gardens for our Mother's Day brunch.
We are here to celebrate Mother's Day and have a little brunch and spend time with family.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's the day's gorgeous out. It's sunny. It's on the bay. It doesn't get any better.
Happy Mother's Day.
And a happy mother to all the mommies out there?
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Why do we only celebrate it once a year? Amazing. Thank you, Sammy. Well, in national news, new pressure for President Trump to get off social media today as reactions keep pouring in over Trump's decision to fire FBI Director James Comey. Some former U.S. officials now calling it a victory for Moscow. ABC's David Wright with more on their response.
After a wild week at the White House today, members of the president's own party are calling for him to calm down.
I would advise the president not to tweet or comment about the investigation as we go forward.
FBI Director James Comey was in the process of investigating possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia to influence the November election when the president fired him. Comey has since turned down the Senate's invitation to testify behind closed doors, but he may be up to talking publicly.
I think Jim Comey deserves his chance to lay out to the American public his side of the facts because how he was treated was pretty awful by this president.
The White House is fast-tracking the effort to replace Comey with 2 days of interviews this weekend with potential job applicants at the Department of Justice. Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper says Comey's firing must delight the Russians.
Their first objective was to sow doubt, discord, and dissension in this country. And the Russians have to be celebrating.
Democrats are calling for a special prosecutor to take over the Russia investigation. Former independent counsel Kenneth Starr, whose investigation of the Monica Lewinsky scandal led to the impeachment of President Clinton, says that would just cause more delays.
The investigations are going forward, and I have the greatest respect for the FBI.
What about the possibility that President Trump taped his meetings with Comey? The president hinted as much in a tweet. On Fox News, he wouldn't say for sure.
I can't talk about it. I won't talk about that.
But if those tapes do exist, Congress wants to see them.
You can't be cute about tapes. If there are any tapes of this conversation, they need to be turned over.
David Wright, ABC News, Washington.
And still to come here on ABC7, a possible breach at United Airlines. What's being initiated to protect passengers. Plus, work on Monday looking a little better for Georgia commuters. Transit officials make an announcement after the collapse of part of that Atlanta interstate.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
A new missile launch in North Korea now raising concerns around the world. This fresh provocation comes as the North had indicated it may be open to direct talks with the U.S., but that seems unlikely now. ABC's Chuck Sievertson with more on the global reaction.
North Korea defying calls to stop its weapons program with a new missile launch. U.S. officials say the missile, fired Saturday evening, stayed airborne for about 30 minutes. It traveled more than 400 miles, going down in the Sea of Japan near the Russian coast. The launch heating up tensions after President Trump warned against any further testing.
It seems to be about on pace that it was last year. Really what it says is they have a deliberate missile program. They're going to test and test and test until they get it right, and that the recent pressure by both the U.S. and China hasn't had much of effect.
The White House released a statement saying, with the missile impacting so close to Russian soil, in fact closer to Russia than to Japan, the president cannot imagine that Russia is pleased. Perhaps not pleased, but Vladimir Putin's government is not outwardly concerned either, saying the launch posed no danger to the Russian Federation. The U.S. is calling on the international community for tougher sanctions, despite recent signals that North Korea could be up for direct talks.
President Trump has said he'd be honored to meet Kim Jong-un under the right circumstances. What are those circumstances?
It's not this. Having a missile test is not the way to sit down with the president, because he's absolutely not going to do it. And I can tell you, he can sit there and say all the conditions he wants. Until he meets our conditions, we're not sitting down with him.
It's not clear exactly what kind of missile this was. U.S. officials saying it wasn't the much-feared intercontinental rocket. Japanese officials believe the flight pattern shows it could be some new type of missile. This marks the 7th missile test since Trump took office and takes place just days after South Korea elected a new president.
I think this was a message to South Korea after the election, and so what we're going to do is continue to tighten the screws.
Chuck Sievertson, ABC News, New York.
Commuters in Georgia are breathing a sigh of relief after all lanes of a heavily used interstate in Atlanta has reopened, about 6 weeks after that highway bridge collapsed due to a massive fire. Southbound lanes on I-85 reopened Saturday evening, 1 day after drivers began using the northbound lanes once again. The roadway had been shut down since March when a blaze beneath it burned so hot that it caused the overpass made of steel and concrete to collapse. Now commuters saying getting to work Monday will be a lot faster.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the Atlanta workers. Thank you. They worked faster than we thought. We were amazed. They finished so fast.
But while some are thankful for that quick pace, others say they're a little worried about the safety of the structure. However, Georgia Department of Transportation was quick to defend its record pace, saying the bridge was quality tested and is safe for travel. United Airlines says cockpit door access information may have accidentally been made public. The airline sending employees a bulletin warning that flight deck access procedures may have been compromised. It also said a corrective plan is being established. A United Airlines spokesperson confirmed other procedures were in place, saying, quote, the safety of our customers and our crew is our top priority, and United utilizes a number of measures to keep our flight decks secure beyond door access information. The airline would not say, however, how that information became public. Well, Wendy, it is Mother's Day. You are a mother,
yes.
And you got to see your children today.
I did. I
you
got
made
to
it
see
happen.
my mom. I got to see my children. I got to see my grandbaby. It was a wonderful, wonderful day for me, and I understand it was a very wonderful day.
It was nice, yeah. Parents are in town from Georgia,
yeah,
so got to see
nice?
Mom.
Oh.
Make her breakfast. That's the move on Mother's Day for me.
That's pretty wonderful.
Mostly because I'm late getting a gift, so yeah, that's definitely part of it.
That's okay. Well, good for you. Good for you. If you were at the beach today, it was a little bit cooler.
It was a lovely day.
Than if you were celebrating inland, because I'll tell you what, it was hot out there today. We saw some places climbing up into the 90s, other places staying in the mid 80s. And right now across our area, we're looking at fair skies just about everywhere you go, with the exception of the southern sections of the state. So the southern parts of Florida is where the cold front has gone through, and we've just got some remnants of wet weather still taking place there, but nothing much happening here. Just a couple of pop-up showers that we are seeing, and they're coming on in here, and you can see how quickly they dissipate. And we're going to probably see the same sort of thing tomorrow for our area. There's about a 10% chance of some pop-up rains that'll come on in, and that'll take place after 5 o'clock in the afternoon for tomorrow. So this is what it looks like, fairly dry throughout the overnight time period, and then during the day tomorrow we're starting to see some showers developing just off the coastline on the Atlantic side, and then some of that rain starting to move on over towards the west coast, and some of those showers just popping up along the west coast, especially east of I-75, and some of them may transfer over to the coastline. But for the most part, we've got high pressure sitting across the southeastern part of the country, and that high pressure system is acting as a fair weather dome for us, and that cold front continues to push on down to the south. So we're going to be seeing some very warm temperatures. Readings will continue to climb back up to very close to 90 degrees over the next couple of days. Today we got up to a high of 86. 73 was the overnight low. Normally we're at 67 and 85. So very close to normal seasonal temperatures. And what we are looking at right now are temperatures all across the state in the 70s and 80s. our area still seeing some 90s, especially over Central Florida, Sebring, Lake Placid, Arcadia at 89 degrees, so very close to 90 there. Wauchula reporting the same thing. And then you'll notice that as we get to the beaches, the temperature is really cool. We're looking at Longboat Key and Siesta Key in the upper 70s, while at the beach or closer to the coastline, Bradenton through Sarasota and Venice in the 80s. At 83 degrees at the airport right now. Dew point, humidity levels, they're sort of moderate. Winds coming in out of the west at around 14 miles per hour. So we're getting a nice sea breeze. That's helping to keep those temperatures at the coast a little bit cooler. And the winds are going to be out of the northeast starting off and then shift around towards the west during the latter part of the day tomorrow for boaters. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet, a light chop out on the bay, and the temperature at the Gulf is expected to be about 85 degrees, the water temperature 80 degrees. So tonight expect clear skies, slightly cooler, 70 degrees for the overnight low. And then what we can expect for tomorrow are those temperatures on the rise, upper 80s, not really a whole lot of rain, maybe just a pop-up shower that comes after 5 o'clock on Monday. And for sure, we're looking at a better chance for rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Adam?
Now, sports.
The Rays lineup trying to bounce back from running into the Red Sox wood chipper Chris Sale, suffering 12 strikeouts yesterday. But today they showed that clearly the strategy all along was just saving those hits for today. 6 Tampa Bay batters with multiple hits in today's game, including Corey Dickerson, who was a cool 4 for 6. Boston had to use 6 pitchers after starter Dan Pomerantz left the game in the third with an injury. Drew Pomerantz, I think, not Dan. Either way, Tampa Bay dominates 11-2. Pardon me. And tonight, Derek Jeter joins an elite class of ball player in the Big Apple as the Yankees retire his number 2 jersey after winning Rookie of the Year in 1996. Jeter played in 14 All-Star games and won 5 World Series titles before hanging up those spikes during the 2014 season. In 20 seasons, he set team records in hits, singles, doubles, stolen bases, hit by pitches, at-bats, and games played. Captain Clutch took a moment before that ceremony to describe what number 2 means to him.
Man, it defines me. I have people that call me 2, you know, so it seems like it's just sort of goes side by side with me.
It's who you are.
Definitely.
Now that Jeter's number is retired, the Yankees have just one single-digit number left for active players, and that number is 0. Well, during the Warriors' 3-year reign at the top of the NBA's Western Conference, they have yet to cross paths with Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs during the postseason. Tonight, that changes. LaMarcus Aldridge had 34 points when the Spurs closed out the Rockets last series and knocks down a skyhook over Kevin Durant early right there. A few possessions later, Aldridge once again one-on-one with Durant, drives, foul, and one for the big man. Aldridge helping those Spurs get out to a 19-point lead in the first half. Manu Ginobili picking off Andre Iguodala's pass and completes the 3-point play, making it a 21-point lead. But Steph Curry had a little defense to show off as well, and then hits the instant 3-pointer to get the Warriors back within 14. That was the beginning of a dramatic comeback for Golden State. The Warriors end up winning Game 1, 113-111. More to come here on ABC7. Stay with us.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah. Yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Just go do it. Go do it.
If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
No surprise here, flower shops have been working overtime to prepare for this particular Sunday. Reports showing that more people purchase fresh flowers and plants for Mother's Day than any other holiday except Christmas and Hanukkah. And this year, the National Retail Federation estimates that U.S. customers will spend more than $23 billion celebrating Mother's Day, a record, and some small countries' GDP. So mothers, enjoy. Do flowers go a long way? Are they nice?
Flowers are nice for any occasion, I think. For any occasion, I think flowers
I think
are
as guys, you
beautiful.
think it's a little dumb sometimes,
No.
but they're just plants. You can pull them from anywhere.
He's such a guy.
But for my mother, you know, I'll do anything.
Well, there you go.
See you later.